There are things in life that hit you out of nowhere. One minute you think you're about to step into the dream life you've always wanted. A marriage, a future, a forever. And the next, it all shatters without warning. I used to believe I was one of the lucky ones, that I had found real love, the kind people spend their whole lives searching for. But in the span of a single afternoon, I lost everything. I'm a 30-year-old woman. I had just gotten engaged to a man I had loved for 3 years. Let's call him E. We met through work, and somehow, slowly, our connection grew deeper over time. He was thoughtful, gentle, and he made me feel safe, truly safe. We got engaged on a March afternoon, by the beach. I cried when he got down on one knee. Not because I was surprised, but because I believed, with all my heart, that I had found the person who would walk with me for the rest of my life. A few months later, I took him home to meet my family. It wasn't a big deal to me, but it was important to him. He wanted their blessing. So I agreed. I wanted him to be happy. My family is pretty big, siblings, both my parents, all living in a quiet town up north. Surprisingly, everyone welcomed him with open arms. They said I was lucky, and for a moment, I believed it too. Before we left, my oldest brother suggested a sibling and partner's cabin trip in the woods, a way for all of us to bond without our parents around. I was hesitant. I rarely stayed home this long, let alone go on a trip. But I said yes. I wanted everything to go smoothly. The trip was actually fun. We grilled, played games, shared old stories. For the first time in years, I thought maybe, just maybe, I'd get to have a big, happy family of my own. But on the last day of the trip, everything fell apart. My sister and her husband had been arguing since morning. By 11 a.m., they were on their 17th fight. He stormed off and she stayed behind, sobbing. I'm not great at handling other people's emotions, so I suggested a hike. Maybe a little nature would help us all clear our heads. E, my fiancé, said he'd stay back and check some emails. He even suggested that just us siblings go, so my sister could talk freely if she wanted to. I asked, "Are you sure?" He smiled and said, "Yeah, go ahead." We left. About 10 minutes in, my sister said she wanted to go back to the cabin. I offered to go with her, but she refused. So I stayed with the others and kept hiking. Roughly 2 hours later, I walked back to the cabin. My sister's car was still outside. I didn't think much of it. I just wanted a hot shower and some peace. I walked in. Silence. Then I heard it. Soft moans coming from upstairs. I froze, and then a sound I recognized. A grunt. E's voice. I climbed the stairs, and there in the bedroom was the most devastating sight of my life. My fiancé, the man I was going to marry, on the bed with my sister. I didn't scream, I didn't cry. I just broke, quietly. I took out my phone, snapped a picture. I didn't say a word. I walked downstairs, left my engagement ring on the kitchen counter, packed my things, and left. Before I turned off my phone, I sent the photo to the family group chat. Then I disappeared from that world. The next morning, I had 47 missed calls from family, over 75 texts from E. Turns out, my sister's husband had also seen the photo. He came back to the cabin, and let's just say E didn't walk away, unscathed. At first, I felt justified. They deserved it, right? But later, I realized no matter how wrong they were, what I did wasn't right either. Sending that picture to everyone was wrong. I dragged innocent people into a pain that didn't belong to them. So I left the group chat, called off the engagement, cut contact with everyone, and since then, I haven't spoken to anyone, and no one's spoken to me. It's like the world froze. Sometimes, the real pain isn't in the betrayal, it's in not knowing what to do next. I used to think I was strong, but now I just feel empty. I want to move on. I want to forgive. Not them, but myself. But I still don't know where to begin. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Would you forgive them? Have you ever been hurt so deeply you no longer recognized who you were? Please share your story in the comments, because maybe, just maybe, I'm